couple of things, you know, you have less maintenance. One person can run this oxidation plant, but
we're going to have two, you know that.
Yeah, but you take your lab, your testing, we're set up for it, certified through the state. I'd be ashamed of, I'm not saying that we're going to get rid of it, but, you know, utilize what we have there. I guess this is my opinion. I would use Neil and rejuvenate the plant, fight some I&I, and
I've got two comments on will shut up. I was in a store downtown, one of the business people buying some stuff. First come up to me and asked me point blank, says, you know, rumor was that Keel was around $3 million and this is going to be around $6 million. He says, well, why would you spend $6 million when you can buy it for $3 million?
If I was sure of that, there'd be no question in my mind.
Now, is the oxidation process, and this is probably a very basic question, is that is this what Snyder's is?
The original.
The original.
But the second one for 5.2 is going back to replacing and upgrading and rehabbing the present plant.
And making a holding space.
And making the holding space, which aren't sure we can get property rights and do all that either. My other comment would be, maybe we need to talk to DNR soon, without engineers there, tell them what we're looking at, bring these two things to them and say, will you give us time to have Neil give us a firm estimate? If they say no, we ain't got any choice in anyway. You know, because we've been stalling this thing for 5-6 years, getting administrative orders and making up a reason why that happened and all that, and they've been letting us go.
Well, when we called the DNR yesterday to see if they would come down and we visit with them, they said we didn't need to set up that appointment. Colin needed to write a letter to the DNR as
the legal
department for the city. So
I figured that's going to happen because I think we'll have to deal with their higher ups. I don't think Spencer can make these decisions. It'll go higher.
So did they imply that just with a letter coming from our legal department, did they imply that they may extend us out some extra time?
Well, they implied that we could take care of that fine that it said we were going to have to pay. They implied that we could take care of that.
It's what they call a consent order.
Right.
We aren't consenting, and then it goes to court and all that. Yeah.
I think it's how it was.
Yeah. And that's something that's their first deal. But we do definitely need to talk. We got to respond to them. We got to meet with them and tell them our situation. I don't know. I agree with Bart. It comes down to if we can. And you got the stuff right here from Mr. Keel on the gas. You got the stuff here on that. What do we believe?
Those two bids, the original one we had from Snyder Associates, is Neil doing the same thing as far as rehabilitating that plant as what was proposed by Snyder Associates?
Oh, no.
No.
Not even close.
He started over.
Okay.
He went in. We told him we wanted to go ahead and give the figure on what it would take. Use the same plant, but new RBSs, or where the hell they are.
Yeah.
New RBSs, in the new grit room. Fix the stuff up that needs to be fixed. And get it basic rehab, what I would say a Band-Aid, but it's not a Band-Aid. It's rehabbing the whole thing, and he said he should get 20 to 25 years out of it.
Did he have to mention anything else too? Because you know Snyder Associates was trying to, I think, a little bit of a scare tactic. Telling us phosphorus was coming down the line, these plants were about to get switched over. Did Neil have that same opinion?
No. He did not.
No?
I'm the
Did
way.
anybody asking?
We asked him,
Yeah. Okay, I'm just asking. I'm
We
just
did.
kind of curious because I was just wondering if that was as true as they say, but of course with DNR, we don't know.
You don't know
They'll change
DNR.
the
Might not
afternoon
be
now,
right.
but
Yeah.
I've worked for that NRCS and DNR 35 years. phosphorus is the main concern, and they're putting it into the lakes up there. That sanitary district has to treat for phosphorus, but the outlet, you know, it's in the lakes. So if we was right ahead of a lake, then I think I would be treating for phosphorus. Now we're at the river, so you never know. I mean, these environmental things are getting tougher, there's no question about it. And Neil said this, you could come back and treat for phosphorus, add another $1 million to it or something like that, or whatever it was to get that done.
I'm sure it's not gonna be just totally phosphorus in the next 20, 30 years. It's gonna be a lot more than that.
I think it's zinc too, because there's a lot of people using this cough medicine got zinc in it, and they're, remember that? He's a culprit. It's a bottle of zinc, and he's eating it. And all that waste goes to the plant, and it's not getting treated, right to the river. I can see it right now.
How come you're doing that?
We ready to make a decision this morning?
Well, do we need, Jim, you were talking about, you know, visiting with the DNR, buy a little time to get some figures together, is that?
I really think we should try that first myself. Get a hold of DNR and see if they give us more time. Tell them our predicament.
We need to get that meeting with DNR right away, tell them our game plan.
Do you know who we should contact? Do you know anybody's name?
Well, Alan Benami is the head of it. I just met with him yesterday, and I did bring it up, and he just smiled. So
Is it Benami?
yeah, he's my boss. So
And where's he?
he's in Des Moines.
If he's your boss, do you have a telephone number for him? Okay, could you get that to me?
Yeah,
And we'll call him after this meeting.
that makes it a little bit.
Huh?
Would you want to sit in on that call as well? Or-
I'd rather not.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's
Okay.
It's a city thing.
the city. Yeah, and I got it.
I
We
doubt if
only
no
got
one
3
will come at
months.
7 o'clock in the morning, so do you want an evening time, or?
But
I doubt if he'll want to be here at 7 o'clock in the
Oh.
morning, so does anybody?
I don't know if he'll do it or not, but wasn't there a contact on that, or was it just a lawyer? Who else was on that?
It was for technical questions, it was Neil Cook, Spencer.
Okay, and Neil Cook said he doesn't want to meet with us?
He said there wasn't a need for him to. He said,
Yeah, it's past that. It's elevated to the state level.
in fact, he said he didn't even have a copy of the order yet, is what he told me yesterday.
Okay.
Maybe Colin has the number.
Well, that, or maybe just call Neil Cook and find out who he thinks, who his boss is, or get that name there. Or I can give it to you, but I'm not, he's the head of all the wastewater. But,
We'll call Neil Cook and go from there.
and then if you
I
need
think
that,
that'd be
and I'll
best.
still email you his number and stuff. I can do that today.
But just out of curiosity, has Neil kind of given us an idea of how long he would need?
Neil's not giving us any.
No, I know that, but has...
Oh, Neil Keel?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's ready to go.
I'm sorry. Pardon?
He's ready to go,
Yeah.
I think.
So they have some ideas already that's on paper?
Oh, yeah.
Well, this here, just basically confirming those figures. And he basically took everything out of the plant, out of the deal, or what he had. So I don't know, and I don't know if we need to vacillate again. And
We need to get back to him with something, because he's been hanging there for a while.
but what are we going to do to tell him?
I don't know.
Can I ask one more question on Neil? Did Neil give you the replacement costs? You know, when you do these plants, you have to, nowadays, you have to also build in replacement. Things don't last for 20 or 25 years. Parts don't. So if a part only is expected to last for 10 years on a 20-year plant, you have to actually you have to build in the cost of the plant, the maintenance and repair or replacement of those two parts if it's going to have to be replaced twice. And that's all built in Snyder and Associates, all the repair stuff.
Well, what he did was take, in that packet, remember you guys got, there's 3 alternatives.
Yes,
There was 1 alternative to rehab it.
right.
He took the same information and followed that deal and put his prices to it.